So I've spent millions in tuition, and it wasn't at a college per se. Even though I have gone to college before, but I've spent millions in tuition in the business world, and I'm gonna share with you some of the things that I did that will save you millions of dollars, or at least time at the very least. So you have to understand this, that your cost to learn today is so that you can earn more later, right?
This can't be true.
And what I mean by that is that sometimes, there's like masterminds out there. There's all kinds of other, coaches and things you can pay for. I'm not saying that all of them are absolutely legit, but in some cases, some of them can be absolutely useful to you, because if you have to learn and, just say go trial by error by yourself, you are going to spend a ton of freaking money. So let me give you an example. Business partner and myself built a company from the ground up, a payment processing company that does billions of dollars of sales every single year. But in the very beginning, I remember getting an email from I don't even know who the guy's name is, but it was a $10,000 fee to kind of walk us through payment processing, how to set it up properly, what to be on the lookout for, things to expect. And it cost $10,000. And I saw the email and I was like, yeah, $10,000, all right. He called it a success fee. I was like, success for him, but not for us. And I can tell you today that I've had to spend literally over 7 figures in legal fees suing the very same partner. And I'm pretty sure he spent, I don't know, at least close to that trying to countersue me as well. Whereas if we had this thing set up correctly from the beginning, right? Something outlined, something detailed with expectations and things like that from the very beginning, I guarantee you we would have saved ourselves a lot of time and freaking money. Because, it's almost like, when you're trying to be let's say you want to be a healthy person, you want to eat healthy, but and people say, willpower and discipline works. And I don't agree with that, right? Because as long as you have things around you, it's going to eventually weaken your willpower. Let's say, you say, I'm going to go on a 100% raw vegan fruit and veggie fast, right? But then you have cookies around you.
These are pretty good.
Yeah, but not as good as batch 17.
You got potato chips. I don't care if they're vegan or quote unquote healthy or not. You have donuts, you have all these different things around you. If you have these things around you, it will weaken your willpower. And so there's no amount of discipline that's going to keep you from eating these things. And so the best thing you do is to remove the possibility of even being attracted to these things. And it's the same thing in the business world, in my example in particular, where there's no possibility for us to even begin to do certain things, right? If there's no possibility for, say, for me or my partner to take out a certain amount of money out of our bank account, or if there's no possibility for us to open up various accounts and, let's say, start different businesses or, or hire different people, if there's structure to the point where it's already outlined what we can and cannot do, that saves us a ton of freaking time, because everything and everyone starts out really, really good. Like everything starts off good, but it doesn't mean that it's going to last. And so what I made the mistake of doing, instead of paying that success fee initially, I made the mistake of relying on pure trust. That's a huge mistake, right?
Do you trust me?
What did you say?
Do you trust me?
There's no amount of trust that you can have for someone who's just a business partner. It's impossible to do. And so by me relying on trust instead of having bulletproof legal docs,
So I'm opted out.
it caused so many freaking issues. And like I mentioned at the very beginning, those issues cost me millions and freaking millions of dollars in time and also actually in cash to try to fix the issue. As an example, when we started our LLC, right? It's called Electronic Commerce LLC. Instead of hiring a top-notch attorney who's a specialist in our space, instead of doing that, what we did is we went to, I think, like Zoom or something like that. I forget the name of the company, Legal Zoom or something like that, maybe, I forget. and just get like these basic general docs because they were only like a couple $100 or less. You know, that's good if you're starting a fruit stand or a lemonade stand or something like that. But when you have a business partner and it's something that you're building that could grow to be $1 billion or $100 million company, you need to spend, you need to invest, you need to pay the cost today so you can earn more tomorrow. Because if you don't pay the cost today, you're going to pay the cost tomorrow for sure. And that's exactly what happened. And when you use these generic kind of really inexpensive cheap docs, it allows your partner to do any and everything. They can go and bind you, which is binding your company to a lease that maybe you don't agree to. They can lock you out of the office.
Did you not tell the security guard we were working late?
Nope. I didn't.
I could do the same thing. And now they have to rely on me for trust, and then I have to rely on them. I may not have that kind of personality. I may have a certain amount of ethics where I do things a certain type of way, whereas maybe other people don't have those same code of ethics. Some people figure it's just business, and I've heard people say that before. I think I've even heard Kiyosaki say that, oh, it's just business. For me, it's not just business, it's ethics at the same time, so keep that in mind. And that can relate to bank accounts, transferring money. Sometimes in the beginning especially, we shake hands, man, we're gonna blow up and do all these different things, and then we open bank accounts, and one partner decides, you know what, let me just pull out a ton of money, right? And you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
I believe you owe me $2.
$2!
But it's not in the doc because you didn't pay the cost to have it set up properly. And you relied on trust. And they relied on trust, but maybe they were thinking something else in the back of their mind that you couldn't ever see. So you have to pay that cost. It's almost like in a relationship. If you're going to get married, you don't want to just rely on trust, even though there's a certain amount of trust there, but you want to date, you want to invest today so that you can reap the benefits tomorrow. You don't want to just meet somebody at the club, one night stand.
Hannah, can I buy you a drink?
No.
You say no a lot, don't you?
No.
Oh boy.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You're like, oh, what? Let's have a baby, or let's get married. Without putting the time in, time may not be money in this case. You don't have to wine and dine someone every single day. Maybe the time is, you know what? Let's just take it slow. Let's just take it slow and get to know each other. Really get to see what's in each other's mind, not just what's in her behind or what's in his pockets, right? Because all that can change in an instant, and it does. Invest the time in the beginning, right? And here's the thing, you can never, in a marriage or even a business relationship, you can never just babysit someone all day. Unfortunately, some people need that. Some people need someone on them all the time saying, don't do this, don't do that, or that's wrong, that's immoral, or that's unethical. Some people don't have that barometer inside of them, especially when people meet based upon superficial things like, you know, how much money he has, or the cars or whatever material possessions that he could be promoting to win her. Maybe she's, you know, small waist, thick thighs for the time being until you have a baby or until something else happens. There's no spiritual foundation to begin with, and it's purely based upon material things, which a lot of business partners also come together purely to make money. I'm not saying that there should be a spiritual connection with everybody you do business with, but that's why contracts and agreements are so important, because there is no spiritual connection. And so you have to outline it to the T, to the letter. You do this, you can't do that. Keep that in mind, right? Because otherwise, the legal cost to resolve it at the end of the day, it's going to be way more than what you would pay in the beginning. And even if you're in a marriage, the cost of dismantling this marriage, especially if you have children, there's no amount of money that can cover for that. Hope this helps. Make sure you let me know what you think about the video. Like it, subscribe. How's your Marvin News signing out.